In this video, we're going to take a look at how to transfer inventory in the console. There are a couple ways to start a transfer. The first way is directly from the dashboard. In the inventory section, you'll see a button for transfer. By clicking that, you'll jump right to the Create Transfer screen. The other way is to go to the Transfers page in the inventory section. This page will show you a history of all the transfers that you've done. From here, you can click the Create New button and you'll end up the same screen. So the first step to create a transfer is to select who you're transferring from, which can be the organization or a distributor or a sales rep if you want to do a field transfer, and then the to. So in this case, we're going to send some inventory from the organization to a sales rep. Once we've selected sales, we'll get a list of sales reps. Click one. The next step now is to find the inventory that you'd like to send. The inventory listed here is only inventory in the custody of the sender. So in this case, Acme Corp or the organization. We can only send inventory that is in the custody of our sender. We can use these search fields to limit down and find the inventory we want to send. To add inventory to the transfer, we just click the plus button. We can also send loose devices and containers. So let's include a container in this. With the selected inventory, we can increment the quantity if we want to. For a container, we only have one, which makes sense, so we won't be able to increment that quantity. The final required step is to add a transfer note. And there is a new optional step, which is the ability to reset the location of the inventory that you're sending. To do that, click the toggle next to Reset Location so that it's on, and then choose the location you want to set all the inventory to. And create. So now we see the transfer detail page, which shows us everything related to this transfer. The shipping address, which in this case is the recipient's shipping address, which we have in the system. Our notes that we added on the previous screen. We can also add tracking information by choosing a carrier and adding a tracking number. We can also add shipping costs. This section is nice. We see all of the inventory in the transfer, including all of the items inside of the container that we added. So we see absolutely everything in this transfer that needs to go. We have the option of exporting a packing slip, which is a PDF of all of the transfer details. So we'll take a look at that. So there you see all of the details for this transfer tied up into a nice PDF that can be sent around. In the last few items, we can add additional comments to the transfer. We can add images, say we want to add a picture of a tray or container, and we can add attachments. They can be shipping docs, additional images, whatever you have. So the last step on the transfer is to accept. And as an admin, you can accept on behalf of a recipient if they don't use the system. What's important to know here about accepting a transfer is that until a transfer is accepted, the inventory remains in the custody of the sender and is not in the custody of the recipient, which means they won't be able to use it in a case until this is done. So we click accept, and now the custody has changed to the recipient. They're able to use this inventory now. The location has also been reset because we chose to do that, and we're all set with this transfer.